Some of what you had to say, the Republican Party candidates distancing themselves from Donald Trump, but at the same time, is he tarnishing the party, do you think?
Joining us to talk about this, former Michigan House Majority Leader Rocky Rutkowski and Paul Welde, chairman of the Oakland County Republican Committee. This thing just keeps going and going. Trump is obviously sucking all the oxygen out of the early race in the Republican Party. I'll start with you, Rocky. Do you think this whole thing is going to burn out before the primary start at the first of the year?
I think it will. And as a veteran that served in the military for 26 and a half years, you know, Trump is saying certain things that really resonate amongst all Americans, not just Republicans, but independents and Democrats. But he also makes comments that lack temperament. And this show about his fight between McCain that came out and him calling McCain a non-hero shows that he lacks a temperament that we all people, individuals of Republicans, Democrats, and independents are looking for from a presidential candidate.
You know, you say temperament, that's a good point. One of the women that we heard from in the rant van said that he has money, so he thinks he can say or do anything he wants. I wonder if is it that, or is that he's just not a politician and he doesn't seem to have much of a filter and he just kind of says whatever he thinks?
I think it's a combination of both of those things. And the third one is to get the attention, because obviously he would not even be on the same playing field with a Jeb Bush or a Scott Walker or a Governor Perry. So now he's really getting, everybody's talking about Donald Trump. And quite frankly, as a military veteran who served 26 and a half years, I would fight for his right to say what he wishes to say, but I thought that those comments were really out of place for someone that wants to be the President of the United States.
All right, Paul Welde, chairman of the Oakland County Republican Committee. I mean, what to do about a guy named Trump? I mean, what does the Republican Party do with this guy? Because he's taking all the limelight. He's steering the discussion. But is he steering in the right direction?
No, he's steering in the absolute wrong direction. I mean, what he's done here is jump the shark. You can disagree with John McCain if you care to, and I have. But I'll tell you what, a guy who's flown combat missions over Hanoi and spent 5 years or more in the Hanoi Hilton is a hero. And what Donald Trump has to say about it really doesn't matter. We've had enough of this guy. I mean, it is literally time for him to pack up his clown show.
Yeah, Paul, but everybody's listening to him. You've had enough of him, but everybody's listening to him.
You guys are putting him on the air. When was the last time you followed Ben Carson or Scott Walker or any of these other great candidates that are out there?
I disagree, Paul.
Well,
I think the reason he's doing so well in the Republican Party and across independents and some right-leaning Democrats is because he's talking about issues that none of the Republican candidates have the
Well, you can say that he's doing well. I would disagree with you. I think there is a small number of people who do believe what he has to say, but he is flaming out. Just listen to the people in the rant van. That's common sense. We need a little bit more of that in the Republican Party, and I'm hoping that we do come to our senses.
I think we do have common sense in the Republican Party, and I think he will flame out. But right now, he is leading the polls because you've got
leading
16
the polls.
candidates.
Rocky, he's got what, 15% in the polls. This is a year out before the election. This guy has been an embarrassment since the day he set foot into this race. There are great candidates running for the Republican nomination. We need to spend more time listening to what they have to say.
But they need to talk about the issues.
They are talking about the issues. You need to just start listening to them. That's all.
Let me ask you a question, Paul. We've learned that Trump will be coming to Michigan at the Birch Run Expo Center to raise money for the Republican Party. This is what Michael Moon here, the chairman of the GOP in Genesee County, told the Free Press here. He says, quote, "The last presidential candidate that spoke at one of our Lincoln Day dinners was George Bush Sr., Moon said. My job, quote, is to help make money for the county party, and I'm pretty sure with all the controversy, we'll sell out." Some may say by that statement there, the GOP may be more concerned about how much money it raises than the integrity of the party.
Well, P.T. Barnum could have probably filled the place, too. I do think that there are plenty of candidates who would be glad to come to Genesee County, talk to Republicans, independents, anyone who wanted to listen. So I think it's time to disinvite Donald Trump from Michigan, wave goodbye, send him on his way, and bring a real serious candidate to this state.
Rocky, do you agree with that? Do you think they ought to just say, hey, don't bother coming right now?
Why? It's a dinner. And quite frankly, as I said before, as a veteran, I support the right for him to make any comment he wishes.
He can make any comment he wants. That doesn't mean that we have to support him or give him a platform. No, you don't give him a platform to spew that kind of stuff. Are you kidding? There's no reason to hear any more from Donald Trump. We've heard enough.
Yeah, but I think still when he's registering in the polls the way he is, although we have yet to see if this latest comment will hurt his standing in the polls, and some I do believe think that, it may.
I think it will.
Well, you see the frustration is that everything he says is resonating, as Rocky says, Paul. Everything resonates with people. How do we not cover that as media?
Well, did you hear the people in the rant van? I think 4 out of 4 said, you know, enough of this guy. He isn't speaking the language. He's not being appropriate. He's not doing the right things. Yes, he makes for great entertainment. He makes for great theater, but he doesn't make for great political dialogue. I think, cheapens it.
Well, wait a minute. I agree that he cheapens it, but he does make great political dialogue because he brought attention to the illegal immigration problem that nobody
He didn't
wants to
bring
talk
attention
about.
to it. That issue was front and center if anybody wanted to listen to it. Donald Trump brought the TV cameras along with him, and that's all that he brought. That issue's been out there. I'm hearing great things from a lot of these candidates on that issue if you pay attention.
Wait, Rocky, last thought there.
We have too many Republicans talking about pathway to citizenship. He was one of the only ones, although he made some grotesque and very bad statements, he actually brought light to the fact that illegal immigrants are illegal immigrants.
Well,
now, my
we knew that
parents
all
came here
along.
illegally.
Rocky Richkowski, we're going to have to cut you both off there. We thank you both, Paul
Thank you.
Welday and Rocky. Thanks so much for taking time to be with us.
Thank you very much.